In the kitchen, Talia was pushing the food on her plate. She couldn't describe the agonizing feeling that gnawed on her insides. Talia thought about how, not so long ago, she was stuck in an attic, alone and hungry, believing that only if she could have a safe place that was clean and comfortable and some good food, she would be happy. Yet now that she was here, with all this delicious food in front of her, without danger of being bullied, with a comfortable bed upstairs, she was not happy. And why was that? Was it only because one woman took the place that never belonged to Talia? No, that didn't sound right. Over the years, Talia met many who pointed out how they were above Talia while she was nothing, yet it never hurt this much. Talia wondered if she was greedy. Surely her current situation was a big upgrade compared to what she had. Why was she nitpicking? Why was her heart aching? "Is the food not to your liking?" Stephanie asked, and Talia sucked in a breath. I need to keep it together, or Stephanie will start asking questions to which I don't have answers, and I don't want her to misunderstand me. Talia was confident that if she told Stephanie, or anyone else, the reason behind her dejection, they would laugh at her for wishing something that would never be hers. "No, the food is fine. I'm full, so I slow down," Talia responded with a forced smile. Stephanie didn't buy it. "You were eating fine before you took that last side dish into the dining room. Did something happen?" "Nothing happened." Talia denied it. Stephanie eyed Talia suspiciously. "Are you sure?" "Of course." Talia did her best to sound enthusiastic. "Talia, why are you eating here?" Damon asked from the door stiffly. Talia looked at Damon, and her stomach formed 100 painful knots as all her insecurities resurfaced. Why did he look angry? Was he telling her not to eat? Or was this the part where he told her to scram because he found himself another woman? Only that morning he asked her not to leave him, yet it seems that he forgot about all that. Where should she eat? It was Stephanie who asked. "In the dining room," Damon responded without removing his gaze from Talia. Talia lowered her head and pressed her lips into a line. Why was Damon telling her to go there? Will he ask Miss Mindy to move so that Talia can have her usual seat? That was not very likely. He would probably tell Talia to sit somewhere else. Would Damon hold Miss Mindy's hand under the table? Is that why he wanted Talia to go there? So that she could see how Miss Mindy is the right woman to sit by Alpha Damon's side? After all, no one is more worthy of sitting in that chair than Miss Mindy. Talia's heart tightened, and she felt her eyes stinging. Was she going to cry? Would that make him happy? Would he even care? "It's fine, Alpha Damon," Talia responded, while focusing mightily to control her voice so that it didn't shake. "Thank you for your concern, but I'm done with my meal." Talia took her plate that was still more than half full and placed it in the sink. "Stephanie, I will clean up later." Talia moved to leave the kitchen, and Damon blocked her path. "Where are you going?" "To my room, unless you have something that needs to be done, Alpha." Damon looked into Talia's eyes, and the ache in his chest increased. Why did she look at him like he did something wrong? Was it possible that she wanted to get away from him? "Alpha Damon, can we have a word?" Stephanie called, and Talia used this chance to go around Damon and dash upstairs. "I told you to let her go. Why was Talia still in the pack house?" Stephanie asked when Talia was out of earshot. Damon was irritated. Why did she insist that Talia needed to leave the pack house? "And where do you want me to send her?" "Anywhere is better than here," Stephanie responded. "And before you snap at me, let me tell you something. Talia was in a good mood before she went to the dining room. Something happened, and she returned absent-minded and broken." "Maya was there. No one would dare to bully her," Damon responded, unsure if Stephanie was exaggerating. "Unlike you, Talia is a sensitive child who endured years of abuse. She doesn't need to be hit physically in order to feel the pain." Damon snorted and moved to leave the kitchen. "Where are you going?" Stephanie called in a raised voice, just how Damon's mother would when she was reprimanding him. After Talia. And do what? Order her to join you for dinner? That's exactly what Damon wanted to do. If Talia didn't want to say what was bothering her, Damon would make her stick to him until she talks. Actually, he would rather cuddle, but Talia was not in a good mood, and it seems that she didn't eat much, so he would bring her to the dining room and make her eat until he was satisfied. Or maybe it was better if he took food upstairs. But he knew that Stephanie would not approve, so he lied. No. Why did she treat him like he was the bad guy? Stephanie could see that he lied. Unless you have a plan that doesn't include making it more difficult for Talia, I suggest you leave her alone, or at least give her some time for both of you to calm down. Damon nodded stiffly, and his legs carried him back to the dining room. He really didn't have a plan other than forcing Talia to eat and talk. Sure, he wouldn't be violent, but he didn't have any soft techniques that would make her spill the beans either. Damon sat in his chair and stared murderously at the food on his plate, like the food had answers and refused to talk. My brother told me about the Shifters nightclub, Mindy said to Damon. Can we go there tonight? You can go wherever you want, Damon responded right away. You will join us, right? Mindy asked. We need to show our pack members that we are getting along well. She glanced at Alpha Axel. All of us should go. Seeing that Axel nodded in agreement, Damon let out a long exhale. He didn't want to go. But he showed up and left after 5 minutes. No one could force him to stay longer. Sure. Where's Talia? Maya's voice sounded in Damon's head through their mind link. In her room. She said that she was done with food, Damon responded. And you believed her? Damon lifted his gaze and saw Maya's displeased look directed his way from across the table. What happened before I arrived? Damon asked Maya. If you came here on time or paid more attention to your surroundings than Talia, you would know, Maya responded and stood up. I have a few things to do, so if you excuse me... Will you join us at the nightclub tonight? Mindy asked Maya. I wouldn't miss it for the world. There was knocking on the door, and Talia pushed herself up into a seated position and wiped the tears before responding. Yes? Can I come in? Maya asked and got in before Talia responded. Maya sat on the bed next to Talia before asking, How are you doing? Fine. Maya knew that Talia lied. Her eyes were red and puffy. It was obvious that Talia was crying. When a girl feels down, there is only one thing to do. Talia blinked. What? Give me a minute, Maya said and disappeared into Talia's closet. A minute later, Maya came out with some garments draped over her arm. Come with me, Talia. I want to give you a makeover. Will that lift my mood? Maya smiled mischievously. No, but an evening of drinking and dancing will. Talia's face fell. Drinking? Dancing? She never did any of those. But Maya was dragging her out of the room, and she followed obediently. Damon was getting impatient. He knocked on Talia's door several times, and there was no response, and he couldn't pick up her scent either. He cracked the door open. Talia? Nothing. Damon stuck his head inside and looked around. The light was on, but there was no sign of Talia. So he let himself in. He kept the plate with food on the coffee table and checked the bathroom and the closet, only to confirm that Talia was not there. Damon stood in the middle of Talia's room while panic washed over him. Did she leave? He couldn't breathe. And why was his wolf non-responsive in this moment of crisis? Maya! Caden! Damon roared into the mind link. Talia is missing! Oh, it took you a while to notice, Maya responded, and Damon saw red. Where is Talia? She's not missing, Caden responded before Maya could add more oil to the fire. They were in their room with Talia, and Caden wondered if Maya wanted to make Damon blow up the whole pack house while she flat-ironed Talia's hair. Where is Talia? Damon was irritated that they were not telling him the location so that he could go and fetch Talia. Should he go to their room? After a second of silence, Caden responded, Talia's safe, having some girl time. Damon couldn't believe this. Girl time? What does that even mean? But she was not missing, and that was a good thing. Why are you looking for Talia? Maya asked. Don't you need to go to the shifters with your guests? Don't tell me that you will also push that responsibility on your betas. We are slaving the whole day and need time to unwind. Damon was happy to get away from the dinner table and arrange a plate of food for Talia. Talia was upset when she left the kitchen, but Damon gave her time to calm down, and he came with food to placate her. He hoped that would be enough for Talia to see his sincerity. With all those thoughts about Talia, he forgot about the guests and the nightclub. Damn it! But he would make it quick. By the time he was back, Talia would be done with her girl time, whatever that was, and available for cuddling.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.